Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I'm joined by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck, and we are going through our must-add players entering the championship week in fantasy football. It is week 17 coming up. Fantasy championships, and more importantly, trivia championship among the three of us. Yeah. Last week we'll be doing trivia. In a moment, we're going to bring our young beloved Grady in here to update us on the trivia stakes here. And obviously, last week for trivia here. So, if you have been listening with us all season, please remember, we cover the whole offseason too, especially if this is your first year with us. We cover the whole offseason. We do not stop at the end of the year. Coach firings, coach hirings, free agency, trades, the draft. DK scouts a ridiculous amount of players. He gives grades. He's got a whole draft guide. We cover the whole draft. We go to the Indianapolis Combine. We're going to be at the Super Bowl, the week of the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Like we're covering the whole playoffs, the whole everything. So please stick with us. Still going to have 3 episodes a week in January. So we also, I'm not going to lie, have in the next 2 weeks, 3 or 4 of the best episodes we do all year.
This is where we start to have some fun.
Yeah, I actually think the offseason stuff is more deranged, and we actually get
We're not
weirder.
Shackled to actual games anymore.
Yes.
You know?
So please really do stick with us. And also, we change our name of this podcast to the Ringer NFL Draft Show. Frankly, because no one searches for fantasy shows in March, so we changed the name. It's not the best strategy, but it's what we got. So hit the follow button if you're on Spotify or subscribe or whatever. It's the only time we ask. We don't ask any other time. We're not like, oh, like or subscribe. It's only when we change the name of the show. I think it's super fair. It's the only time we bring it up. So hit follow, and then you won't be confused when there's a different name podcast in your recently listened to episodes. It's the only time we ask. That's fair, right, Craig?
Still going to be the same color green.
Yeah. All right, anyway. All right, fine. We'll get to it. Craig's exhausted with all the plugs. Look, someone's got to do it.
That was good.
Okay.
Plug heavy, 3 minutes. Now we're good.
Whatever.
We made it.
Fine. Through. Okay. So again, one last time.
Now for the guys to plug into the lineup.
We're all good.
Week.
Oh, plug and play. We're all going to pick a player. It's week 17. There's no stashes left. We're going to just pick some guys if you have to play. Hopefully, you don't have to use any of these guys. It
would be a real flex if you were so confident about your team that you just drafted a guy to stash him for next year, even though you had to redraft a team. That would be cool.
Week 18. Yeah, so we're just going to go and we're going to pick our top player from each position. And then if we're tie, we're going to do trivia. We're going to do trivia and we're tiebreaker. So at this point, people probably know what's going on here. So, we're just go position by position. Start, but actually, Kai, we need you to come in right now because we do these 3 trivia questions every week. Kai, you have to let us know the standings and where things stand with the trivia standings right now.
What's up, guys?
Yo,
Happy
hey.
holidays. Merry
There he
Christmas. I'm here. Santa Kai. I don't know. I'm trying to make it.
You should have workshopped that
coming
one.
down our chimney.
Yeah, just off the dome there. Sorry. So trivia. All right. What are we cooking with here? It's close. It's a tight race.
Ooh.
Tell us.
Heifetz is in third with 14. Craig is in second with 15. And DK is leading with 16.
Oh,
wow.
So I'm down
close.
2. So if I cheat and I sweep, I win?
If you sweep, you win.
Got it.
That's it.
Simple as that.
Interesting.
So,
Damn.
you got this. You haven't swept this year. No one has. So, that might be factually
Save the best for
inaccurate,
last.
but
DK, if you just win one, you guarantee yourself tie for first.
Now looking back, I wish I hadn't said so many joke answers to these trivia questions. But that's okay.
Oh,
Still gonna try
don't
and
do
win.
that now and say that this was all for fun.
Well, there was that one day when I just used the same answer for all 3 questions.
Well, didn't you get one right?
Yeah. But that's fine.
All right.
This is all for fun.
Kai,
what's on the line here? Remind me
I
what's on
actually
the
don't
line here
remember.
between you guys.
Sitting in the middle of an airplane.
No, that's the
seat.
playoff.
No,
We're gonna do
that's
for
the
the
playoff
playoffs.
bet we're doing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think it's
dinner.
but then so I guess it's really about you don't want to be last more than you want to be first.
Okay.
We don't even know what we're doing, though?
Well, it was dinner, but that means last pays for dinner, but then what does first get?
We should have figured that. Next,
Maybe
email us at
maybe
ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com if you know what we should put on this next year. We never figured it out.
Maybe the winner just doesn't pay for anything. And the other 2
Ever?
split it.
Okay. Email us at ringerfantasyfootball if you know what we
Second
should
place
do
pays
stakes.
for himself. Third place pays for first and themselves.
We got to figure out what it is. We're not going to shoot each other with paintballs or something next year, but we need something. We need.
That's a good idea, actually.
It's not
I
too
You
like
should
bad.
play that game where you swing the water bottle on the...
DK really wants to do that.
that sounds so much fun to
We'll
me.
do that
You,
when we're
you
together
tie
in
it
LA.
to the ceiling fan
You tie
when
it
it
to
hits
a
you in the
string,
face?
you sit with like
No,
a
thank you.
blindfold, and you get
I
hit
like
in the
that.
head with it. It's hilarious.
Okay. We'll do that when we're in LA. Do that divisional round weekend. Okay. All right. Thank you, Kai. We're going to bring you back in here at the end, Kai. All right. Let's just get right into it. Running back, DK, week 17. If you have to plug someone on waivers into your championship lineup, or probably more accurately, hopefully no one's in last place listening to this, but if you're in last, then you have to avoid the punishment. Which running back are you trusting with your season?
Oh my God. So typically our cutoff is 50% ownership on Yahoo. Tajay Spears and Tank Bigsby both just a little bit over that. I would put them in front of anyone else I say after this. So I'm going to go with Michael Carter for the Cardinals. James Conner is going to be out most likely this next week. It looked like he kind of hyperextended his knee late in the game. Did not return last week. I don't think there's any reason for the Cardinals to rush him back immediately. I mean, they're eliminated from the playoffs. So if he does not play, and also, by the way, Trey Benson is hurt and he missed all his practices last week. So
and Amari DeMarcado, TCU legend, just like Kai Grady, is also an injured reserve. So their top two backups are hurt. So
it's basically Michael Carter and DJ Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think Michael Carter, based on the way they used him in this game, would probably be the first guy up, get the majority of the work. So obviously this is like contingent on James Conner, but this is like a mini stash right here. Michael Carter, if James Conner and Trey Benson don't play, he's the guy for me.
Yeah, in a beggars can't be choosers situation, that you could do a lot worse than that.
I have the same thing. Michael Carter has had moments in his career. Like he had some moments in the Jets there where he put up some numbers.
And to be clear, if Kendry Miller, we're recording this on Monday before Monday Night Football. So if Kendry Miller goes off for the Saints and Alvin Kamara's out again, obviously, we're assuming Kendry Miller got added in a competitive league. We're assuming Tajay Spears for the Titans is added. We're assuming even Tank Bigsby, as DK said's added. So if all those guys, you really need something after those dudes. I think you could do worse than just, James, I know it was the Panthers, but James Carter had like 25 points or something last week. Like, you could do worse.
Connor's been great all year. And this is real. Like, it's very possible that you are in your championship and had James Conner. So you actually might need to make an addition, maybe.
The other scenario where I think people need this is like you had David Montgomery and then you added Patrick Taylor and he sucked and you're like, I need someone better than Patrick Taylor. And these guys, we'll see, but the way that the lack of trust Kyle Shanahan had in Patrick Taylor giving him the football in that game suggests actually these guys might be better than Patrick Taylor next week. So that doesn't stretch the imagination to me. Okay. All right, trivia. This is huge.
One final round here. It is the Michael Carter. I love when we get a guy that we haven't mentioned before. It is the Michael Carter showdown time.
Gonna be honest, I did not know Michael Carter was still in the NFL before yesterday.
Dong, it's different. Remember the Jets drafted both Michael Carters in the same draft?
Yeah, the corner and running back. Yeah.
That was crazy. Jets suck. Okay. This one is from Josh.
Joshy.
Okay, so DK, you have, what is it? You have 16. Craig is 15. I have 14. Josh says, since it sounds like y'all need to put a little more respect in Bruce Springsteen's name, I will ask, how many times has the boss played Born to Run in concert?
God damn it.
The boss.
He's been touring since the 70s, 80s. When did he start? 70s?
My mom actually, when she was in college, I saw one of his first concerts. But yeah, he's at 50 years of touring, on and off touring.
What a stud!
Jesus,
50 years on and off.
How many times has he played it?
And he played,
okay.
Do you guys want to know if I got close or don't got close? Or
I don't like to know that. Okay. I don't like to know that.
Okay.
Never tell me the odds.
Because then I think about how long you had to think about it, and then I get upset.
I think what you guys don't realize is that I'm doing these significantly faster than you. I've never in my entire life spent this much time as we've been talking about thinking about my answer as I'm ripping through the email.
You mean like 30 seconds?
I don't have time. I'm looking for good questions. I don't have time to spend more than 30 seconds on this.
All right. Okay. I think I have a number.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
1,700.
1,700. Would you say, DK?
4,000.
Oh, that's crushing. I said 2,000.
And
1823.
Craig
gets it. That's so
wow.
fucked up.
They really kept track of that, huh?
Heifetz now mathematically eliminated.
That's so fucked up.
Actually, no.
It could be, if I get the next two, it could be a 3-way tie.
Theoretically. Wow. And then we could do a final showdown?
It won't be, though, because I'm not going to lie. That's the one I did the best in. Thought I'd win. I put it first to add a little drama, and then you fucking won anyway. So I'm kind of fucked up.
Turns out I am the boss.
All right. So Craig gets, who did you get? You get Michael Carter. I mean, again, in this world where beggars can't be choosers, you could Audric Estime for the Broncos because like Jaleel McLaughlin's hurt. And then, I don't know. I kind of think the Broncos might want to see something from Audric Estime these last couple of weeks. Again, this is like,
we've been
you
saying
probably
that.
Shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. I know. I probably wouldn't want to do this with my season on the line, but here we are.
You could grab a Raider, Amir Abdullah, Alexander
Mattison.
Yeah, you could. Sincere McCormick is hurt. So yeah, you could do Amir Abdullah. I mean, honestly, at this point, like you're screwed if you're down this bad. So what
Just
do you think?
Bus?
If he's available, sure, I'll take Gus Edwards over fucking Audric Estime. I say Estime because he's like not roster. You could definitely get him anywhere. But yeah, Gus Edwards I would take over Audric Estime for sure.
So you're taking Gus if
Gus is there, I'll go Gus, yes.
Are we counting Gus? He's 48% on Yahoo.
I think so.
People
Sure.
have Gus. All right.
Gus is rostered.
When J.K. Dobbins went down, people rostered Gus.
I like it when you guys are just like we have a number and then you're like, yeah, but that doesn't really count.
We've talked about this.
People,
but I feel like everyone does.
people
The
always joke
number
about that.
means something different in December than it does in September.
All right.
People always joke about that with Bill on the Rewatchables, where it'll be half-assed internet research, or no, it'll be casting what ifs, and he'll read all of the research that he's found about who was like potentially going to be in the movie, and then Chris Ryan will bring something he didn't know. He'll be like, "Oh, I read that Glenn Close was actually supposed to be the lead," and he'll just be like, "Yeah, I didn't believe that." And Chris is like, "So you just choose what to say the half-assed internet research? If I have it, it doesn't count."
You guys are just anecdotally saying Gus Edwards not around. He's
No,
not
the
available.
roster what 48% rostered means in September is totally different than what it means in December 23rd.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
All I know is
Who
that
you picking?
Michael Carter was born to run.
Okay, so you're Craig.
Fine,
You're
I'll
taking
take Gus.
Carter.
We'll acquiesce. Who do
Heifetz
you
is
want?
taking Edwards. I'll take Mattison.
Oof.
I know,
Not Amir?
It's brutal.
All right.
You going to do the thing, Craig?
Alexander Mattison.
Oh, he just did it. There you go.
Sing. like
Alexander Mattison.
Yeah, he puts it into it. Okay. Receiver. DK is your number one receiver this week.
I can't wait for you to say that this guy's not available. Jalen McMillan, Buccaneers, 45% rostership on Yahoo. Is he out there?
Dare I say Jalen McMillan is like
opinion?
a legitimate fantasy playoff like-winner.
Right.
He should have had 20 plus points in that game.
He could have had a
dropped
second touchdown.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 50-yard touchdown got intercepted, but like
It's
he
like-
also
it-
a couple. Yeah,
He came alive in the fantasy playoffs. He never had a game with more than 7 points until week 14. Then he had 19, 16, and 14. This is like what Jerick McKinnon did for the Chiefs that one year in the playoffs. McMillan's kind of having like a watered down version of that. So if you got him, it sucks because I think a lot of people like myself added Jalen McMillan after Godwin went down, and he was like a big waiver wire spend. People spent a lot of their auction budget on him, and then he just kind of did nothing. And I think a lot of people dropped him again, like I did. So it's been like a weird season for him, but he finally hit late. Rookie wide receivers.
He just got confident. It's a funny thing. Confidence.
He might be the best Washington wide receiver in the league.
yeah. I'll take McMillan if he's available. DK.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Trivia. That's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's the guy said. I mean,
Listen next time. Okay, it is the Jalen McMillan showdown time.
for all the marbles.
One gong left. It's not
Well,
for all
not
the
quite.
marbles.
Not quite.
Wait, it is because if DK gets this.
Well, I could still
Well,
tie.
Craig
if
could
DK
still
gets
tie,
it,
but
yeah.
Heifetz would be eliminated.
So right now
if-
you guys are tied.
Heifetz
yeah.
has to win to not be eliminated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the Cardinals going for a 4th and 2. Okay. It's from Jason.
Jace.
Jay.
No, I lied. It's from James.
Jimmy.
No, I'm going to read Jason's.
Good guy.
Jason.
Jason,
Jace.
your conversation about the origin of the high five made me interested in some other greeting origins. What is the year of the earliest documented handshake?
Wow. Documented?
Yes. Well, I mean, how else would they?
No, I know. It's fair. So literally just like the first time somebody wrote down two men put their hands together and
Well, I don't know if they wrote it down. It could be a painting. It could, like just
Right, yeah.
documented. Yeah.
Mhm.
An account.
Man, what the fuck? Handshake.
DK. Handshake.
I'm trying to picture like fucking Ridley Scott movies and stuff. Were they shaking hands in those movies? Can't remember. Kingdom of
Gladiator?
They're
Heaven.
shooting
Shaking hands?
cannons in the
They're
pyramids. and
shaking
shit.
hands in Gladiator, right? I always feel like they do the
They
wrist.
did the
the wrist grab.
arm
With the
shake.
gladiator?
Yeah.
That's great.
Strength
I
and
love that.
honor.
Does that
I
doesn't
love
count? The
I
arm
don't know.
grab?
I
This
didn't. I
fucking
didn't actually.
complicates things because I was going to guess way later now.
I don't know honestly
Oh,
if the forearm shake. I think it's forearm's arm. I don't know. I
I
guess
feel
that,
like
that
spiritually
counts.
that's a handshake.
When
I
was
think
the
that's
first,
a handshake.
When was the first knuckle touch, you think?
During the Black Plague, not trying not to they did the elbow bump instead.
No, they didn't know that. You know what I mean? That's when they had the doctors with the bird masks and
I
stuff.
know it was a bad joke.
You think
Attempt.
Jesus was throwing around knucks?
Fuck, this is hard. Okay, let's see.
I don't know, dude.
3, 2, 1.
200. Oh, fuck.
Get the. Are you guys kidding?
Oh, that's really funny.
Wait, hold on.
What did you say?
BC or AD?
AD.
AD.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
All right, who's going to price? That's incredible.
Well, hold
that's
on.
the origins
What
of
did
this whole
Heifetz
thing.
say?
Heifetz,
I
what did you
said-
say? Because if you get it wrong and we get it right, it doesn't matter for you.
I said 2000 BC,
Oh, wow.
and I also thought about it for 5 seconds. It's the same thing I gave for Springsteen. I said 2000.
Okay.
Hence why I'm not really thinking about this that much.
Okay, so how are we going to do this? Craig, do you just want to pick over under?
Someone take 201 or 199.
Yeah.
I'll take 199.
All right.
The answer is 9th century BC.
Oh.
So Heifetz won.
It's in play.
It's way older than I thought.
Wait, you 9th century BC, which means what? Year, is it year 900? Or like, if that's 900, right?
Yeah.
Are we sure? I'm
No,
not
it's
closer?
900 BC. You said 200 AD.
Yeah, but you said 2000 BC, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so I'm like 1100 off, and you're. Oh.
No, it's close, right? You're like,
We're actually the same distance, but I'm before Christ. I feel like spiritually that's got to be the tiebreaker here.
yeah, I bet you'd like that.
What is the exact date?
We need
What
the
is-
year.
What is
Oh,
the
this
year?
is the origin of the whole thing.
We're-
Remember the
we're
origin of the
just
whole
9th century? What does that mean?
Wait, hold on. I'm going to look it up. One of you two explain the origins of trivia with the Nick Foles born thing. I'm going to look up what the answer is.
Do you remember the cities? I forget. It was
It was
Austin, Texas,
Austin,
Detroit.
and
Detroit. And what was
In
the other
LA,
one?
I think. I don't
Was
know.
it LA?
Yeah,
Austin,
we were
Detroit,
trying to
LA?
figure out what was closer, like LA or Austin, right?
It was where was Nick Foles born? Who can get closer? We had to look it up in miles, and it turned out it depended
It was
like
like
where
the
in the city
exact
limits he
same
was
fucking
born. in
mileage.
Austin.
Street he lived on. Yeah.
So the earliest known depiction of a handshake is an ancient Assyrian relief of the 9th century BC, depicting
me a
the
year.
Assyrian king. I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out what this Assyrian tablet's from. Give me a moment. Damn. Jesus. I'm looking up Assyrian
Come on,
king
Gemini.
Shalmaneser III.
So 9th
Clasping the
century
hand of Babylonian
BC.
king Marduk Zakir Shumi the First to seal an alliance. Oh, the history of the handshake from
So,
history.com.
so if we just use 900 BC, I am 1,099 years away. And I think Heifetz is 1,100 years away. So I win by 1 year.
Or just you're AD though. Here's the thing: if you give this away, we get there's better for content. Like it's I
This
had a
is full
tie
circle.
here.
This is like this is like almost equidistant apart.
Better for
If we-
content. I won. What are you talking about? I don't care if I
Wait,
if I
Heifetz,
won-
you said 2,000?
I said 2000.
and I said 199. So I believe I'm 1,099 away and he's 1,100 away.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
I'm like Michael Phelps, the fingertip, the fingernail
Fuck that.
over the
My
finger
God.
touching the wall.
And I
that.
was exactly the same distance from Heifetz.
We all were exactly
That's
the same
fucking
distance
wild.
apart.
No, you know what I am? It's not. It's you know what the problem is? 900
9th
BC
century would be like
is the
800?
800s.
Right.
If it was 1 year, I was gonna be like, come on, I'm fucking on the right side of Christ.
So let's say
But,
it's
like, not.
899
Fuck.
plus.
But 9th century BC started on 900 and worked its way down
Yeah.
to 800. So
Yeah,
I'm
that
closer.
sucks.
Yeah.
I wish I should have lied. I would have worked.
So Craig, you got the lead.
It would have been way better if it was a 3-way tie. Just saying.
You want to just do that for fun?
No, you fucking had your chance and you did it. No, it's just the two of you
Yeah.
now.
I don't want it. I don't want you to have it.
Fuck.
So wait, are we saying 9th century
sucks.
BC? We're saying the year
9th century is 8 something, which I never
Eight,
I
like 899?
frankly
From
can never-
900 to 801 is the
Fuck.
9th century BC.
Wait, are you going? You know what? I can't count back. I'm just going to assume
We're
I'm
moving
wrong.
up towards
I
zero.
can't count
Down
backwards in
towards
there.
0.
Yeah, I think Craig's got it.
Fuck.
Craig got it by 1.
1 year?
Holy
That's
shit.
fucking crazy.
Does the year 0 count as an extra year?
Oh, that's a good take.
It's a leap year.
Yeah.
They didn't have leap years. If you factor in leap
many
years,
leap
I'd
years
probably
are there?
make up 4 or 5 years
Oh my
here
god.
over those leap years. Also, there's a whole great work. The best conspiracy theory that I don't believe, but it's fun to read about, is that Charlemagne or some king changed what year it was because he wanted to be born in the year 1000 for a prophecy that was
So
wrong.
he was just like, New
and
year.
There's a conspiracy theory that he deleted like 180 years of history to kind of round up. It's not true, and it's definitely wrong, but it's a great idea.
I like
anyway.
It's a great idea.
Whatever. Fine. So Craig, you get fucking Jalen
Craig.
But that sucks. I'm so mad. I'll take Rashod Bateman for the Ravens because he actually looks like he was a first-round pick again. And I think his head's screwed on straight now. And Lamar Jackson's good and the Ravens are good. And it's not ideal because he's playing on Christmas Day. And if you have an injury, he's probably not great. But I do think that he's someone that you can trust if you have someone who's like out for this week. But now that I say it, I probably should pick someone who's not playing on Wednesday of your week 17. But he is an option.
Bateman is like the Ravens' Nick Westbrook-Akine now, who, by the way, scored again this week, and we didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
It's just old hat now. We're just used to it. Okay, so we got McMillan, Bateman. This one is probably ill-advised, but Marquise Brown for the Chiefs. He only played 27% of the snaps, but he got 8 targets, 5 catches, 45 yards. I'm imagining that they're going to ramp him up even more going forward. He looked pretty good. So he could be an option if you're really desperate, had injuries. They're at the Steelers. Or do they host the Steelers or at the Steelers, Craig?
They're in... Ooh, good question.
They're in Pittsburgh.
They're in Pittsburgh.
So that's not the ideal matchup you're looking for here, but...
The other one I'd say is just, again, Romeo Doubs, who maybe is also rostered, but the one problem with Hollywood and Bateman is they're both playing at Christmas, and that like the spirit of this is like, if you have someone who's injured, like, you know, you're probably going to stick them in flex on Sunday, so I know that is the one challenge that the guys were tossing out there.
If you're playing PPR, Wan'Dale Robinson, just a scam, just absolute PPR scam.
What about anybody want to snag Olamide Zaccheaus? 2 touchdowns, kind of coming on.
Going to bring him up.
Noah Brown's on IR.
You could do worse.
Playing Atlanta.
Yeah. Also, Ray McLeod. Speaking of Atlanta, if Drake London misses time, Ray McLeod is like the number 2 receiver on that team. Penix look pretty good. They play Washington.
Okay. Tight ends.
Holy shit, Craig! I can't believe you got by 1 year.
I know.
So is this tied, or is Craig up?
I'm tied with DK.
Craig has 17.
Oh no, I'm up 1.
16.
I'm up 1 on DK.
Yeah.
Okay. So tight ends.
Chig.
DK who's your number 1 tight end this week, DK?
Chig.
The return of Chig.
Really?
Chigozio.
Dude, he's had 21 targets in the last 2 weeks.
Man.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
had 11 targets, 9 catches, 81 yards, plus a 2-point conversion. He's become a big part of this passing game with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. The week before, last week, he had 10 targets. So, yeah, he's a huge part of this offense now.
They're playing the Jags.
Yeah, no, the Jags suck. I'll give you that. I think my issue is the Colts. They were down 30 points. I feel like the 9 targets. You know, it's mostly like they were down 30 points, and then I feel like the game script kind of made that happen.
Who do you want? Isaiah
Maybe
Likely?
I'm just burned by him. No, I would go Dalton Schultz for the Texans, man.
I
Dalton,
didn't think he was eligible.
I would go Dalton Schultz. Yeah, I mean, I think Dalton Schultz is a better play because if you have...
Are we counting him? 56%.
Oh, well, it depends where you look. ESPN, he's like 44.
But I thought
in
you were like
Heifetz's
ESPN.
world, he's out there for you.
I'm just saying. Like,
I thought you said that
Heifetz has
ESPN
deemed
is less
him
indicative of
available
what
in your league.
DK, you just went Gus Edwards at 50.
Gus Edwards
that's fine
is.
with me. You guys are the ones that are eliminating people willy-nilly.
Gus Edwards is 48 on Yahoo.
Okay, well, Schultz, 44. I think if Schultz is out there,
56.
I think that... Okay, well, Schultz is out there. I would go Dalton Schultz.
Okay.
That's fair.
You took the fucking trivia thing from me. Let me have this, Greg.
All right. The goalposts move constantly about what percentages we're allowed to grab guys under.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Talk about this offline.
We'll talk about this later.
Don't make me turn this car around.
The basic thing with Dalton Schultz is so Nico Collins is the number 1. Tank Dell is obviously out for the season. And then you have John Mechie is also injured, the guy who ran into...
He says he should be back, though, I think, this next
We'll see. It's Wednesday. Like, he's banged up. And John Mechie, frankly, isn't like a super reliable player on this Texans offense yet. You're not, and so really, frankly, Dalton Schultz is the number 2 receiver on this Texans offense right now, and they're playing the Ravens, whose pass defense kind of sucks. So if Schultz is out there, I think that he's big enough deal that you have to go get him.
I agree. I would go with Schultz as well.
And then Chig, and then
DK, would you do Schultz if he since we could, I'll bend the knee to your
I would do Schultz probably.
Okay.
I don't want to put Chig Okonkwo in my starting lineup in my like fantasy championship necessarily. So yeah,
cool.
That's fair.
Okay.
It's time, DK. Heifetz, you should pick the best one that you think is perfect for DK and I. It is the Dalton Schultz Championship Final.
Wow.
Showdown time.
Can't believe we picked the same fucking number.
That's so funny.
Like, that's how close this was.
I have 2 here because I do have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I'm going to go. Okay. So We got it. Someone, I apologize. I don't know. I remember who this is, but someone emailed in to remind me that. So Woody Johnson's son, Brick Johnson.
Brick.
We realized his real name's Robert Wood Johnson.
Bob Wood.
Well, it's not Bob Wood. Someone pointed out it's Bobby Trees Johnson.
Sure.
Yeah,
Bobby Trees
that's true.
Johnson.
Wow.
And so this question here is from Jason. Oh, no, sorry. We just did Jason. Sorry. This is James.
Jimmy.
So we told the story about how Woody Johnson's son, Brick Johnson, his thoughts on Madden statistics were equally weighed in the owner's mind as what the front office thought about players. And one of them was Jerry Jeudy's Madden rating, and the other was John Simpson, the guard they evaluated in free agency and signed and starts for the Jets now.
His awareness rating.
The son did not like the awareness rating of John Simpson on Madden. So James's question is, as of week 15, how many NFL guards have a higher awareness rating in Madden than John Simpson?
Can we know
now?
What was John Simpson's awareness rating? Was it in the 70s?
Do you want to know? I guess it doesn't matter. I guessed without knowing, but I also don't
It
matter
was 75, I think, or something. 74?
Yeah, how many guards have a higher awareness rating than John Simpson in Madden?
Well, the purpose of this, the point that this person is trying to make makes me believe it's not many. Interesting. I'm going to go with my gut.
3, 2, 1.
19.
6.
Oh.
Dika said 19.
Yeah. Craig said 6.
My gut told me 8. I said 6. I'm an
And
idiot.
Craig, you're up 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's big time. It's real big time. The answer is 23.
Oh.
Which means we're tied. So we have one question left here, boys.
Wow.
I'm
Jeopardy.
thrilled because I got to tell you, like that being the last gong of the year would have really gotten to me. I said 150. So
150?
I thought there were going to be
Are there
a lot.
that many guards in the NFL?
Well, I fucking assumed Woody Johnson's kid had scrolled through the awareness ratings of all the guards. It never occurred to me that he was whatever.
See, that's why I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was like sneakily this guy, John Simpson's rating was actually
Super
quite
aware.
high compared to other guards. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he probably just speaks like 6 languages. Okay, last.
Mind you,
This is for all the
I've
marbles,
never even
boys.
played Madden. So that's the less you know
Dude, this
about
is
a
the
game.
first-
Well, I haven't played Madden
You've
since
never
like the 90s.
No,
The-
Craig,
the-
this was the
new
first
Madden,
conversation.
Like the Madden in those days didn't have awareness ratings.
But this is where we realized that DK is exactly halfway in age between us and Bill, because DK played Tecmo Bowl, which was the first thing I learned about him that made me think he was actually old. I kind of was making fun of him, and then that's like an old thing.
Wow. So you never played like Madden in the 2000s?
I don't think so.
That's
I'm
wild.
pretty sure the last time I played Madden was like in high school.
Like
And
John
I
Madden was on the
graduated high
cover.
school in
The
01.
first Madden.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, boys,
Wow.
this is a big deal. This is for all the marbles. Right? This is
Overtime. Sudden death.
this is just the trivia showdown time.
Should I put a blindfold on?
Oh, do it.
Get out your
It's like
katana.
the final
Like
showdown
Vince
time.
Vaughn?
This is the last gong of the year, too. If everyone wants to just lock in. This
Does
is the
that
last
make
gong of
me
the year.
the other guy? What's his
White
fucking name?
Goodman?
Yeah, White. I'm White. WHIT.
E.
E.
Okay, go ahead.
He's really doing it.
All right, Craig, this gives the final showdown time right here.
For
Can
who?
we do it?
For
Okay.
all the marbles.
It is the final overtime sudden death showdown time. Can somebody pep talk me like Patches?
You can do it.
You can do it.
Good luck.
Bye
Go
bye
get
now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Because I like the taste of it.
This question is from Claire.
Claire.
Inspired by the person who wrote in that their grandfather claimed he invented the jump shot. What year was the first recorded jump shot?
Oh, interesting.
We don't mean in a like an official setting, right? Like a high school game where like stats were recorded. It's just like the first time somebody wrote down or took a picture of a jump shot.
I don't know.
Okay.
The question is, what year was the first recorded jump shot? That's all the information I have.
I'm trying to think like they didn't really jump before. They just kind of do like a set shot.
Yeah, I don't want to influence you guys. I had a lot of thoughts on this question.
Let me tell you something. I think the blindfold's helping.
You visualizing it?
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a
See
jumper.
with your mind's eye.
I actually don't even know. God, I'm an idiot. When did basketball really get off the ground? 40s? When did that guy put that peach basket up there?
Ready? DK's twiddling his thumb.
Now,
DK's ready.
Craig is making me fucking rethink everything. Hold on.
You're White Goodman. You literally have the ball, and you're like,
And I'm going to go.
First recorded jump shot. All right. Fuck it. Who cares? I'm ready.
You ready, Craig?
Sure. Who cares?
3, 2, 1.
46.
46. You said 1946, and DK, what'd you say?
1910.
That's what I said.
The year my grandfather was born.
1934.
Goat.
Craig is the winner.
Craig said what?
46.
Craig's the winner. Won 1946. Craig. Winner!
It is all the blindfold, baby. If I could see,
Fucking
no
Chuck
way I would have hit
Norris.
that. Yeah, fucking Chuck Norris.
Sweat like Grease Marky's out here. Craig, you win the trivia.
So the reason I went 1910, it was the basketball was invented in 1891. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
dude,
when-
it's
I
like
actually-
the late 1800s.
I debated
But I
putting
bet you this was more
1899.
Yeah, but I bet you this was more about when it became more of an official sport.
I like that they didn't think
Everybody's
about
just
jumping.
set shots. Everybody did set shots for about 4 decades.
Took 40 years to figure out jumping.
It was all just kind of like free throws. You just kind of
Yeah.
run to a spot, stop, and shoot.
They were so fucking bad at basketball back then.
I know, dude. All the videos of like Bob Cousy dribbling with one hand.
Good job, Craig. Fucking
Congrats.
comeback.
Did I go 3 for
Came
3
down
today?
to the wire.
I think you did.
Did you what?
I went
huge
3
lead.
for 3.
No, DK won the last one.
No, I did.
No, I won
went-
the last one to
you
tie it
went
up.
four.
Oh, sure. Right.
All right, winner writes history. Already racing. God.
Basketball was introduced in the Olympic 1904 games at St. Louis as a demonstration event.
They didn't
Basketball
do a
was
fucking
first
jump shot until
contested-
20 years later.
It was first contested as a medal event in 1936. So it was like 2 years before that we figured out the jump shot.
I
Okay.
bet Cloyce Box could ball.
Close
I feel
box,
like I'm
definitely a
wrong.
game.
I mean, I don't know. It says high schools and colleges began to introduce basketball in 1905. Ain't nobody jumping?
We had the jump shot. I don't know, man. It's all layups. They were playing the Chicago physicists and physicians and surgeons, man. I don't know what's going on over there.
The plumbers didn't have good jumpers.
No. All right, so Craig, you get Dalton Schultz. DK, I think tiebreaker goes to the runner. So who do you want if Dalton Schultz is gone? Who did you say earlier? You said Chig
Chig.
Okonkwo?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take Isaiah Likely for the Ravens because I think he's good and has better hands than Chig, who can't catch, and I'm biased. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I think Dalton, Schultz, Higbee, and Okonkwo. I think one of those guys are probably out there for you at tight end. Quarterback's pretty tough. If you have Jalen Hurts, obviously if Jalen Hurts comes back from the concussion, you want to play him. If he does not, I feel like the guys that you got to look at are, dude, Caleb Williams versus Philly in week
Seattle.
17. Sorry, yes, Seattle. I don't know why I said Philly. Right, because Jalen Hurts. Caleb Williams is playing Seattle. DK, how do you feel about that matchup? Like, do you think that that's a good matchup for Caleb? A terrible matchup for Caleb?
Probably somewhere in the middle. The Seahawks defense has played a lot better lately. But I mean, they're probably not elite.
Because I think the person I'd actually take over him, Bryce Young, 27 fantasy points last week, and they're playing the Bucs, which was to me like, oh, you might want to stash him against Carolina. Now you're looking at Carolina and you're like, Carolina, they're the bad team with good vibes. Like Bryce is throwing the ball. Like I just watched Cooper Rush like dice up that Bucs defense. Like not really afraid of the Bucs right now, even with Vita Vea healthy. And I think you could totally stream Bryce Young, which is insane. And also, I kind of think you can stream Drake Maye if you need to too.
Yeah.
Like Drake Maye, the way he's running the ball, like you just got to pray for a rushing touchdown. Like you could do a lot worse than that. Like Caleb Williams, Drake Maye, Bryce Young, one of them's around.
Bo
Or
Nix
Anthony
even.
Richardson if someone got him.
Would you rather play Drake Maye or Anthony Richardson?
I'd rather play Richardson because I think Richardson
The rushing.
He had the most design rushes of any quarterback this last
It
week.
feels like it took 15 weeks, but they finally are like, we're just not going to throw it.
Yeah, I would play Anthony Richardson.
If he like got you like 7 points and you played Anthony Richardson, it would just be like classic this year.
It is, yeah, just the upside. He had 21 points this week. I think he had 27 a few weeks
And they're
ago.
playing
Like,
the Giants. Yeah.
and the ones where he didn't do as well was like Denver, where the defense is pretty great. Like yeah, exactly. Anthony Richardson versus the Giants, if he's available, I think has to be number one if he's available. If not, Bryce Young's totally fine. Drake Maye is totally fine. Caleb. So I think any of those guys, one of those people is available. Defenses. Bills are playing the Jets. Jets had 9 points last week versus the Rams. I think the Bills are totally live. Chargers are playing the Patriots and Drake Maye. I love Drake Maye, but I do think that the turnovers are a thing. I know Drake Maye's, a lot of his interceptions are kind of like bobbled passes off the hands of the Patriots, but I still think could be a big turnover. Saints are playing the Raiders. I know the Saints haven't played tonight. Not a ton of, it's like a little dangerous when you have like a bad team late in the season, but dude, Aiden O'Connell, I'm not afraid of him. Probably the best one though is Dolphins are playing the Browns with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, or the Colts defense if they're available. Probably not, but the Colts defense versus the Giants. Obviously, Giants. I mean, Falcons went at 26 points or whatever, depending on how you do defensive scoring. Like the Falcons swung a lot of leagues last week, so anyone you can get versus the Giants. Drew Lock's probably going to get benched though. They're going to call him MRI or whatever. I think they're lying. I think that they're saying they want him to go away.
Yeah, but isn't he the reason they're losing?
That's my fear is they're going to play Tommy DeVito. So I think that that's the thing. The quarterback change, it's not Drew Lock's automatic fantasy points for the defense. So the Giants are not but if the Colts are still around, I'd still take the Colts versus Tommy DeVito. But Dolphins versus Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I think is probably the best thing out there with the Browns. But all those defenses are live. Okay. Kai, yeah, come pick your last team here, Kai.
Hey guys.
My team stinks.
Yeah. Your team stunk last week too, unfortunately. We went with, Kendry Miller could still, I guess, have 40 points. We'll see.
Maybe.
DK, you're currently in last with 15.4 points. You had Jalen McMillan and Brenton Strange. And Kendry Miller, TBD. So we'll see. Go Frogs. Okay. Craig came in second, at least as of now. Tyjae Spears, Jalen Coker, and Juwan Johnson still to play, 21.9 points.
Nice.
Solid outing. And then Heifetz is currently in first. Jerome Ford, Romeo Dobbs still to play, and Dalton Schultz, 34.6 points. So, yeah, we're in last, DK, but still go Frogs. Kendry Miller's going to have 30 tonight.
Do you have season long?
You never know. You never know.
Stats. Do you, Kai? Do you know,
no.
who won? Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not good at my job, so don't have that.
Maybe next year.
There's always next year.
We should have thought of that.
I like how the whole thing for our show is we just decide not to keep track of anything.
Except trivia.
You're right.
Hey, at least we did. Look at that. Look, we did great. Photo finish. Yeah. This week I'm going to go with Craig. I mean, it feels pretty obvious. He had Michael Carter, Jalen McMillan, and Dalton Schultz. And then Heifetz, you had Gus Edwards, Rashod Bateman, Isaiah Likely, DK, Alexander Mattison, Hollywood Brown, and Chig Okonkwo. So I'm going to go with Craig.
Don't pick me.
So hopefully I end on a win.
Wait, did I win Dalton Schultz? I thought I lost tight end, and then we went into the OT.
I went off of what
Heifetz won the first one, I thought.
No, I won the first two, and then
because we eliminated Heifetz won one, I thought, and then we eliminated him after that. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Oh, I think I won the first one. Yeah.
No, Bruce Springsteen, I won.
Oh yeah, Craig won the first one. Yeah.
And then the second one was when they invented handshakes. I won that.
And then I won one.
And then you won the one about.
Yes, so DK's Dalton Schultz.
DK's Dalton Schultz. I had Chig.
Well, as Kai said, he's bad at his
throwing
job.
you under the bus. You said Dalton Schultz for we can run the tape. We got it.
No, they did say that we just kind of fucked it up when we were choosing.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll still go with Craig, but I'll swap it.
Thanks, Kai.
Thanks, Kai. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
All right, this email's from
Matthew.
Honestly, this is just a good point someone made, and I wanted to give him credit. He said, I don't disagree with anything you guys just said about what's wrong with the Texans, but I think one thing you haven't discussed is that these teams are overperforming when they have a bad schedule, coming back to earth the next year when they have a good schedule. He's right, and we should haven't talked about that enough.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
So the league is designed and set up to push teams back to 8-8. Now it's 17 games. It's
and if people don't know what we're saying, if you come in last in your division, you get to play the other teams who came in last place in the conference. So you have 3 games. So it's the difference between the Bills playing the Chiefs or the Bills playing the Raiders. And so anyway, yeah, good call. Good call, Matt. Also, Blake emailed in.
Blake.
Just wanted to shout out. I was listening to your Sunday show while one rep maxing on bench at the gym, and I almost dropped it and died when Craig compared a defensive cornerback intercepting a pass in the end zone to a one-night stand with Margot Robbie. Almost killed him.
We've gotten a couple of those people who said they're bench pressing while listening to the show.
Terrified we're going to kill someone.
He didn't want to give the weight?
I didn't ask. You want me to ask?
Let's follow up.
I don't know.
He's one rep maxing out.
And his name's Blake? I'm giving fucking 275.
Yeah, I was going to say. Blake sounds ripped.
Blake is strong.
Blake probably wrestled in high school.
Any one syllable name.
Yeah.
Feel like you can lift.
For sure.
All right, this one's from Noah.
No.
We were trying to figure out what the punishment should be for a delay of game if it actually gets to 0 seconds, whereas basketball has a shot clock where they light it up and there's a horn and we do nothing in football when you get to delay of 0 seconds. Mm-hmm. And Noah says, have you ever seen Squid Game? They figured it out.
Sadly, I have not seen Squid Game. I know everybody.
I think I kind of get where he's going with this.
Luckily, if the play, so he explained it. If the play clock hits 0, then the quarterback dies.
Okay. Well,
or electrify the ball so the center is snapping a live shot.
That's an idea. They can't let go of the ball.
Ball gets electrified.
That would kind of help too, because I feel like most of the guys getting electrocuted would just be the shittiest quarterbacks. You know, so it'd be fine.
At least just going on the road.
Like Mahomes isn't getting delay games.
I love that.
Should I watch Squid Game?
I actually haven't seen it either.
I haven't either. No.
Oh, it's like the most popular show in the history of Netflix.
Though. Yeah,
or maybe that's Wednesday. But yeah,
just seems super violent.
Their season 2 is coming back.
Heifetz says after he tells me how much he loves Peaky Blinders, it just seems violent. I just can't be watching that.
I love Peaky Blinders.
I know, that's my point.
You don't think Squid Game looks more violent than Peaky?
Peaky Blinders, there's like 5 people get killed in every episode of Peaky Blinders, probably.
Yeah, it's sick though.
Isn't Squid Game like is it like poor people battling for their lives?
It's like a Mr. Beast game show, but people die.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I just assume.
Like, is it like Hunger Games?
Hunger Games-y?
Yeah.
I think it's a little like Hunger Games.
Yeah. But there's squids everywhere or something.
Yeah. What?
No, I for how much of a phenomenon Squid Game was, I actually know very little about it.
Well, I'm just like, I it's tough for me for my relaxation with television to be like I can't do horror movies and like I don't like scary shit and like even like the 3rd season of like True Detective, I just found deeply not relaxing. Like I don't know. I can't. There's already enough football, and the idea that I'm going to spend my life free time watching people get fucking murdered to bits. Stuff.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders, great show though.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders is sick. No, that's different. In the words of Kevin Clark, that's a show about jackets. All right. Thank you, DK. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with the trivia. Thank you to everyone who emailed us trivia all year. We really appreciate it. And if you sent it, we didn't use it, I thank you so much. I have a big old doc with a bunch of questions.
Congrats, Craig.
Yeah. Congrats, Craig.
Thank you. Next a free dinner for me. Where am I going to make you guys take me? I don't know.
Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com for what we should put the stakes on this for next season. And if it's good, I'll cheat and I'll win. Thank you, Lord.
Lord.
Thank you, Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh,
nice. Hell yeah.
Evil woman.
Jackie put me on the Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah, they're
Don't
dope.
bring me down.
Ooh,
don't bring me down.
I don't know. Why are they called that? Weird name. Sounds like they make Christmas music.
I feel like the 70s were like big, like the Who, lasers, like it's part of the show.
Electric Light Orchestra is just so interesting.
But I feel like electric lights at concerts was actually new when they were out. Like I remember my mom always tells me like the Who in concert was fucking crazy. Like because of the lasers. Like what we take for granted now with like a EDM show.
Wouldn't that be
like crazy.
Just like calling a movie CGI? Like you're just naming the technological advancement as the name of your band?
Yeah, you know what movies were called? Motion pictures.
No, I know, but this is the name of. That'd be like if the name of a movie was motion picture.
The group's name is a pun that references both electric light and light orchestral music.
Oh, light orchestra. Oh,
they like
electric. Oh, so I was super wrong.
Electric
there was
light orchestra.
Two of the people that formed it had a desire to create modern rock and pop songs with a classical influence.
Ah, cool.
Don't bring me down.
Mr. Blue Sky, another great one.
Oh, that's a great song.
Running down the avenue.
Da, 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 da.
I wonder, Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky is one of those songs that sneakily might cross the widest cross section of age, just because it's like also Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know. I was gonna say it reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy a lot.
The first Guardians had such a great soundtrack. I feel like that did introduce a lot of people to old stuff, 80s music.
I'm going to give some advice here to anyone who needs to impress any older people. If you ever find yourself DJing for like for example, if you're at Christmas and you have to DJ, I guess Christmas is different, but if you ever have to DJ for your significant other's family, just put on the Guardians of the Galaxy playlist, and it is just all the best music from the 70s and 80s. And I think a great life hack is like if you're younger and you show any appreciation for anything that happened before you were born, older people like you.
Yeah, throw on Hooked on a Feeling.
Yeah.
Hooga chaka, hooga, hooga, hooga chaka.
I was listening to a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy playlist when I was painting the inside of my house. So that's just like the first thing I think of is painting. Maybe not the best thing ever.
It's all right. It's kind of cool.
A little nostalgia.
When I painted the old place I lived in, I listened to the Big Booty mixes from two friends.
Nice. Great. I love when you have memories assigned to when you listen to something.
Yeah. Could take you back to that moment in time.
When I lived in New York, I listened to Anderson .Paak's album Malibu constantly when I was walking everywhere at night. So that's all I think about, which is ironic because it's called Malibu and I think of New York.
Right.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.